Welcome to the second module called Functional English, which has the topic of talking about others. How to introduce others, the basic expressions that are related to introducing others, the expected responses to them, both in the formal situation and in the informal situation, and then followed by a few conversations associated with introducing others will be the structure of today's section. Let's get started. Some of the very common ways of introducing others is, may I introduce, which is very, very formal. It gives me great pleasure to introduce, extremely formal, especially to an audience. Let me introduce, let me have the pleasure of introducing so and so, the name of the person, to all of you. May I have the pleasure of introducing, I would like you to meet, do you know? Do you know each other? He or she is the name of the person with a description about the person. Have you met? Please meet my friend. I'm sure you would like to meet. These are some formal as well as informal ways of introducing people to others. In formal situations, normally a woman is introduced to a man first. The older person is introduced to the younger person, not vice versa. The senior person is introduced to the juniors. The very common expected responses to the formal introductions or the informal introductions are as stated. The moment a person is introduced to you, immediately the response should be, glad to meet you, pleased to meet you, happy to meet you, nice to meet you, hello, how are you? Oh, I'm extremely happy to see you here. These are some very common expected responses when a person is introduced to us. Let us look at a few examples of introducing people to others. In this, Swati, the girl, introduces Harish to all her friends who are in the middle. Swati says, hi friends, let me introduce my cousin Harish to you. He is doing MBA from Indira College, Pune. The friends wish him, hello Harish, glad to meet you. I'm Prema, she is Mala, he is Ashok, and he is Sunil. We are all in final BCom. Harish says, hello everybody, nice to meet all of you. In this situation, Dr. Mahesh introduces Dr. Shailesh to Rekha. Dr. Mahesh says, Rekha, meet Dr. Shailesh Verma. He is a dermatologist from Madras. Good morning, doctor, says Rekha. Good morning, doctor. I'm pleased to meet you. Dr. Shailesh, in response, should say, good morning. I'm glad to meet you too. Glad to meet you is a very beautiful expression which is given as a response when somebody is introduced to others. In this situation, Kaushal introduces Dr. Priya Jain to Sunil. Kaushal says, Sunil, I would like you to meet my teacher, Dr. Priya Jain. She teaches us phonetics. Good evening, ma'am, Sunil says. I was very eager to meet you. I have heard so much about you, ma'am. Dr. Priya Jain says, good evening, Sunil. If you have interest in language studies, you also can join Kaushal in attending the class. Sunil says, of course, ma'am. Thank you. I'll be there in the class from tomorrow onwards. In conversations, we need to describe others and follow the points kept in mind while describing. The physical description of the person with respect to their complexion, face, hair, height, and weight are to be given emphasis. The dress that they are wearing, the educational qualifications, their profession, their nature, their interests, their hobbies with likes and dislikes. These are the points that you have to keep in mind whenever you're introducing a person to others. Normally, when you are speaking in public, in spoken English, the long forms of the words are not used, but they are always reduced to their short forms. You don't say I am, you say I'm. You don't say we are, we say we are. We are friends. You are is a very formal writing English, but then in the informal and spoken English, we always say you are. You are my best friend. She's, his, it's, for she is, he is, and it is. We normally say they are. They are my students, not they are my students. You say they are my students. I've seen the film. We have read the book. You have heard the lecture. She is my friend. He is my student. It's my pet. They have already listened to this. What's the use? Not what is the use, but what's the use? Where's the book? Not where is the book, but it's where's the book? Do you know the answer? How is this picture? Who is this? Who has seen this? Who is this? Who has seen this? For both, we reduce to the weak form as whose. Who is this on the door? Who has seen the film? Let's do with some very formal ways of introducing people. Hello, friends. Meet our new class fellow, Mr. Rahul Deshpande. He is a science graduate from Nagpur University and shifted to Hingoli because of his father's transfer to this place. He speaks Kannada very well and is a creative writer in both Marathi and Kannada. He writes poetry. He's a fine sports person and plays tennis absolutely good. I just had a match with him. So, Rahul, welcome to the group. Friends, please welcome him with a big hand. This is a very wonderful way of introducing others among your friends. Look at the second example. The person that I saw in the exhibition was quite fair, tall, and lean. He wore dark blue trousers and white shirt. He had rough, unpolished shoes, and his hair was carelessly done. His deep, grave eyes were bluish, and so I cannot forget him. He was limping with his right leg and had a briefcase in his left hand. He had a silver chain around his neck and a scar on his left cheek. See the detailed description of the person who has been seen in the exhibition. That is how you introduce an unknown person to your group. Look at the third example. Hi, Aruna. Meet my cousin Radha from Madras. She's an interior designer and has her own firm in Nungambakam in Madras. She's a good singer and loves classical Indian music. A great lover of Pandit Bhimsen Joshi and M.S. Subbalakshmi. During her college days, she was an orchestra of the college. So this is a very beautiful way of introducing an interior designer and a musician to the group. Look at the fourth example. The fourth example talks about Joseph. Let's get acquainted with Joseph. Joseph stays in Chicago and is a software engineer working at Banyan Hub Private Limited. He is 5.8 feet tall, strongly built, with athlete physique. He is fair by complexion, with brown eyes, drooping eyebrows, and long nose. His hair is burgundy color that is soft and long. Normally, he wears black long coat and gumboots. So, friends, this is how you introduce people among your friends. Stay tuned for the next video.